بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن ولا عما بعد يا معشر المسلمين. As we come to a benefit بإذن ta'ala with the 40 hadith of Imam al-Nawawi, but with Imam al-Rajab rahimahullah ta'ala it is made to be 50, and this is explained by Sheikh Abdul Muhsin al-Badr hafidhahullah ta'ala. So we want to mention a chapter in the 40 hadith. This chapter we want to mention is that which is lawful. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He accepts that which is lawful. And Abi Hurairah radiallahu anhu. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله تعالى عنه قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إن الله تعالى طيب ولا يقبل إلا الطيب وإن الله أمر بالمؤمنين بما أمر به المرسلين فقال يا أيها الرسل كلوا من الطيبات واعملوا الصالحات في سورة المؤمنون، وقال يا أيها الذين آمنوا كلوا من الطيبات ما رزقناكم في سورة البقرة. As it comes in the hadith, Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu reports Allah's Messenger alayhi salatu wassalam saying, Allah is good and accepts only what is good, and He has given the same command to the believers as He has given to the messengers, saying the messengers eat of what is good and act righteously. And this is in Surah Al-Mu'minun. And also, وَكَذَلِكَ يَا أَيُّهَا النَّاسِ, it is mentioned, you who believe, eat of the good things which we have provided for you. And this is in Surah Al-Baqarah. And then it is mentioned about a man who went on a journey. It is mentioned about a man who went on a journey, a long journey, and he was disheveled and in a dusty state. And he stretched out his hands to the heavens, and he asks Allah Azza wa Jalla, he mentions, my Lord, when his food and his drink and his clothing are unlawful. They are all unlawful in nature. And he is nourished by what is unlawful and it is said, so how such one could be given an answer? So how can this person dua be accepted? So from the shahid, from this, and that it is mentioned, so how can this person dua be accepted? And first and foremost, that Allah Azza wa Jalla, He is good. Allah is good. And He only accepts what is good. He only accepts that which is tayyib, that which is wholesome and halal. And this is one of the names of Allah Azza wa Jalla. His name is Tayyib. One of the names of Allah Azza wa Jalla, the good, meaning Tayyib. And He only accepts those deeds characterized as good. Only those deeds that are good He only accepts. Naam ya ayyuhan nas wa kadhalik. And then it is mentioned, so how can this person that makes the dua, how can his dua be answered? So it is mentioned, having stated that Allah Azza wa Jalla accepts only what is good, and that both the messengers and the believers are ordered to eat what is good. As the Shaykh hafidhahullah ta'ala explained, Sheikh Abdul Muhsin al-Badr, he mentions, he says, this is a command for the believers, for the messengers, and as well as the believers are ordered to eat what is good. The Prophet ﷺ stated that some people do not abide by these instructions and do not eat what is good. Rather, they tend to acquire money through unlawful means and use it in all of the affairs, including food, clothing, and nutrition. He stated that doing so, it is a reason for having his supplication unaccepted, although he might have fulfilled all the other requirements of the acceptance of supplication. So these requirements, according to the hadith, are four. There are four. Making a long journey, being in a disheveled and a dusty state, stretching out his hands to the heavens, and supplicating to Allah Azza wa Jalla upon His rububiyyah. All of these are the conditions All of these, the person has met the conditions. Being a traveler, being in a disheveled and a dusty manner, looking tired and exhausted, and traveling and so forth like that. Being a traveler, being disheveled in a dusty state. All of these are from the conditions of the person's dua of being accepted. But do a person meet those conditions just because of that? No. He has to also meet the requirements in order for his dua to be accepted. And he must be upon that which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves and is pleased with. So the Shaykh, he mentions, Hafidahullah ta'ala, some lessons that can be deduced from this hadith. He mentions, number one, Al-Tayyib, the good, is one of Allah's names. It means one who is free from imperfections. Also, among his attributes is the good. In fact, all the names of Allah Azza wa Jalla are indicatives, or they're derivatives, and indicate attributes that are derived from them. And he mentioned, number two, a Muslim should do only good deeds, acquire money only through lawful means. We find from individuals who gamble, they nourish themselves with that which they gamble with the unlawful means, the money that they have gambled with, the drugs that they have sold, the things that they acquired to get that money in an unlawful way. They use that to clothe themselves. They use that haram money to eat. They use their haram money to do things with it. So a Muslim should do only good deeds and acquire money only through unlawful means. He mentions number three, and that was number two. Number three, charity is accepted only from lawfully acquired money. And also you find individuals, giving charity or sadaqah with the money that they have acquired in an unlawful way. So he mentioned, لا يقبل الله صلاة بغير طهور ولا صدقة من غلول. And Allah does not accept prayer without purification, no charity from unlawful money. So he mentions the fourth. Allah favored his servants with blessings and commanded them to acquire money through lawful means. So the money that you get, it should be from lawful means, not working at a restaurant that sells liquor, or on a food truck, or delivering food, or delivering pork, or working on a truck that delivers liquor, and so forth like that. Number five, acquiring money through unlawful means is one of the reasons why your supplication is not accepted. So the person acquires money in an unlawful way. That is the reason why his dua is not accepted. And number six, among the reasons for accepting supplication is being on a journey and in a disheveled and dusty state. And from the reasons that the dua it is accepted from being in that state, from being disheveled, fatigued, from being in that state, that is a reason for the supplication to be answered. Number seven, among the reasons for accepting supplication is also raising one hand to the heaven. And also from the reasons for the dua to be accepted is for the person to raise his hand to the heavens. And number eight, among the reasons for accepting supplication also is tawassul, supplicating to Allah Azza wa Jalla in his names. Mentioning the names of Allah Azza wa Jalla, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Ya Mujibu Da'wa, ila da'an, ila al-akhiri, calling on Allah Azza wa Jalla by his most beautiful names. This is tawassul. This is from amongst the reasons and the ways that the person can get his dua answered. And number nine, among the reasons for accepting supplication is insistence in asking Allah Azza wa Jalla repeatedly and anticipating of his fulfillment, and constantly asking Allah Azza wa Jalla, being persistent upon it. And this is from amongst the ways that a person can get his dua accepted. But as we mentioned, that the person, he should acquire his money in a halal way. Acquire the money that you get, make sure that it's halal. The food that you eat, make sure that it is halal. Make sure that which you get, that which you acquire, that which you consume, that which you buy, that which you eat, that which you drink, إلى الآخرة, make sure that it comes from halal sources. These are from the means and the ways that the dua can be accepted. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He only accepts that which is tayyib. Na'am, as we mentioned in the beginning of the hadith, narrated by Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu. As we mentioned, that inna Allah ta'ala tayyibu, la yaqbalu illa tayyib. That Allah Azza wa Jalla, He is tayyib. Allah is good, and He only accepts what is good. So we have to make sure that which we do, make sure that it comes from halal means, halal sources, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So this is a reminder that we want to benefit ourselves with, inshallah ta'ala. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad.